Alright, hi guys, I am so sorry about that. I am back. My microphone was not registering whatsoever, and I didn't realize I was mute for like 2 minutes while we were live, but hello. It is November the 12th on a Saturday, instead of a Friday this time. I just wanted to see what would happen, and also, I'm not gonna lie, yesterday I was very much under the weather due to a little baby hangover, so I was not quite in the mood to stream. But I'm feeling a lot better today. Happy to be here. Happy to be with you guys. I saw, JT, that you donated in the stream before. Thank you so much for the dono already in the first, 5 seconds of being live. You asked for an outfit check. Well, I'll show you my top. It's cute. But I'm just wearing sweatpants on the bottom. Got a little fairy outfit going on today. How is everyone doing? I see quite a few of you in the chat. This is a nice little turnout today. My usuals. I got Stuart, Milana, that's a new one. Kelly, how are you guys doing? So this is actually going to be our first stream with memberships enabled. I don't know if you guys can see the little join button. That is somewhere on my page. I'm not sure where. I'm in my little studio broadcasting thing, but there should be a join button. And if you do join the membership, I have some little perks that I wanted to show you guys. I was teasing some of the emojis that you would get if you join the memberships on my last stream, but I don't know if they were finished in that panel, but here you guys are. Oops. Yep, here you guys are. This is going to be all the emojis. Right now, I don't have any members since we just had to go live today. So there's only going to be the first 4 badges available. These basically show how long you've been a member. You'll get this one if you become a member today. And then this one, I believe I set to be if you've been a member for 1 month. This one I set for 2 months. And I believe I set this one for 6 months, but don't quote me on that. And as I was saying, since we don't have any members yet, it only let me put 4 of the rest of these emojis. The ones I believed I picked were the hey there, the crying one, the celebration one, I believe, and the heart eyes? I don't know. Don't quote me on that. You'll have to join and become a member to see which 4 it is. But as soon as I get 2 members, 2 whole members, I can add more emojis. So that will be fun. They're so cute. Good. Okay, I hope you guys like them. I thought they were super adorable. I love the chibi style. I thought it was great. And bear with me if I'm a little bit nervous this time because I actually have my boyfriend in the house, so he's listening to everything I'm saying, and I'm not quite used to someone listening to me while I'm talking on camera. Like I said, bear with me, but we'll be good. There was a lot that I wanted to talk about today, and so much of it stems from Twitter still. I know we were talking a lot about the dumpster fire. That is the Twitterverse right now last week. But I kind of wanted to touch on that some more because it somehow got significantly worse. Yes, we got our first member of the entire lifetime of this channel. Hold on, let me see. My chat is a little bit small. Let me open it up. Johnny, welcome to level 3. Oh my god, Johnny is our first member and he chose the top tier membership. Thank you so much. That means the absolute world to me. You guys are going to be my bread and butter on here. I can't remember every single perk that I have listed off the top of my head, but I do know that for, I think it's level 2 members and up, I'll be doing a once a month live stream for only the members to be a part of. Like I said, you get the instant access to the badges and the emojis, and I'll have to go and you can read it on my channel. I have it listed. I just can't think of it off the top of my head. Milana says everything with Twitter right now is absolutely crazy. Yes, it absolutely is. I don't even know where to begin. I have so many subjects lined up. I guess we'll start with the obvious right after I say thank you to Kelly for becoming our 2nd member. Yes, I think that means I can literally upload another emoji after this stream. So Kelly and Johnny, you are my VIPs right now. Thank you so much. And I'm sure everyone else thanks you because when they become members, they will also be getting extra things as well because of you guys. All right, so back to the Twitter dumpster fire here. Let's go. I've got a little. Whoops. No. Sorry, I was watching myself, making sure everything was okay this time, and it was a dual thing. All right. So, like I was saying, going back to the dumpster fire that is the Twitterverse, like I think it was Milana pointed out, somehow it's managed to get worse. I'm not sure how, but we can either live in it and love it or absolutely hate it. I actually don't think it's going to be the end of Twitter because so many people are joining just to see it fall apart. And frankly, I think this has been some of the funniest Twitter content that I have literally ever seen. Like, talk about backfiring big time with the Twitter Blue. I'm not gonna lie, I kind of contemplated getting Twitter Blue just to, like, hop on the trend. And thank God I didn't spend that $8 because what did it last in America? All of 48 hours, like, at the most. I see that it's completely gone from the website. Everyone who bought it no longer has their check marks as far as I can see over here in Florida, which I find absolutely hilarious. What Elon was trying to do has literally become completely backwards. Like, if only we had a system to show who was a real person and who was a parody account. It's not like anything like that already existed. I think Elon Musk went a little bit over his head, but at least he tried something. I mean, for the sanctity of Twitter as a website, I won't say at least he tried something because it's absolutely a disaster, but for the fact that it's, I don't know, a hilarious thing that's happened, I'll say, I guess, at least he tried something. If Musk runs Twitter into the ground, he deserves the Nobel Peace Prize. I guess that is true. There is no other website as toxic as Twitter, but it's managed to get worse in the last few days. However, at the very least, now all of the negativity is focused directly on Elon. As a lot of people have been saying, I'm pretty sure that the entire point of this purchase was to stop people from bullying him when Grimes left him. But the complete opposite has happened. Like my title has said, probably my favorite part of this entire thing was the Doja Cat and Elon Musk interaction. Getting stuck as Christmas was a look for her. I liked that. But I'm going to pull that up in a second here because I cannot. All right. So first of all, I've seen reportings recently that Twitter has gone from being worth $44 billion, which is what it cost when he purchased it, which I'm pretty sure we all know now was a drunk purchase after, like I said, Grimes left him. But I've seen people estimating that Twitter is now worth $8 billion. I mean, to manage to blow, what is that, $36 billion in like 1 week is truly a talent. Like, God bless. You know, some of us can only dream of ever doing that. On top of it, apparently the Tesla stocks have tanked as well. I've been reading up on that. We love it. We love to see it. So this is probably my favorite paragraph right here. Musk disclosed last week that Twitter has seen a massive drop in revenue as a growing number of advertisers pause spending on the platform in the wake of his takeover of the company. He's blamed activist groups pressuring advertisers for the loss of ad dollars, which we all know is absolutely not the case. I mean, it's just, I don't know. It's amazing. Hi everybody in the chat. Johnny says it keeps getting more and more hilarious by the hour. It really does for everyone who's not Elon. Hold on, I had something else here. Give me 1 second. Okay, so I wanted to look at some of the tweets like Doja Cat bullying Elon and fucking with the verification settings. Like I said, if only we had a system to show who was real in the first place and who wasn't. But now we have literally verified fake accounts. Like, the problem has gotten so much significantly worse. You basically can pay $8 and then be whoever you want forever, and no one would be any the wiser. And like a lot of you guys have probably seen, there's maybe 47 million Elon Musk accounts now, which was like literally the entire purpose of the Twitter Blue, so people would stop impersonating him, as far as I'm aware. And now we'll never know. His account doesn't even come up anymore when you search his name on Twitter, which is fantastic for me. Kelly says, him firing most of Twitter's staff clearly didn't save him much money then. In fact, it's the complete opposite, I would say. All these advertisers are pulling from Twitter because now there's no security. There's no one actually, like, taking care of the infrastructure of Twitter anymore. And so why would advertisers want their, you know, their product on this site where you can literally pay $8 and then be anyone you want, be verified as anyone you want? For example, I guess let's look at the Doja Cat tweet that I keep mentioning here. Let me see if I can find this. Yes, okay, here it is. Absolutely amazing. I don't know a lot about Doja Cat. I know like a few of her really popular songs that went super viral. They always played in my restaurant while I was working. But my favorite of her work is definitely her work on Twitter. It's absolutely fantastic. Her as Christmas. I don't want to be Christmas forever at Elon Musk. Please help. I've made a mistake. And then I don't remember exactly what he did here. Things have been moving so fast on Twitter. I don't know if he deleted Twitter Blue as an entirety or just changed one setting for the people who are already verified. But he tells her, you should be able to change your name now. So she changes it to Elon Musk and tweets him, thank you, which I think is absolutely amazing. And I love the fact that she used a little like soy beta picture of him before the hair transplant and everything, which I'm sure he absolutely loves. I don't know. She is so funny. I don't really know her music, like I said. I know the Cow song, and I know the other one that like was #1 for a year. But her best work is on Twitter for sure. A lot of people are saying they've never been on Twitter and they never will. Well, you know what? You're better than I am because it's like, it's wickedly addicting. It's so toxic, like I said, but I think that's why it's so addicting. Like, you just can't stop reading all of this horrible shit. And I know Karina was saying she thinks she remembers my craziest cheating story, which we're gonna go into probably at the end of the stream. But yeah, the reason that I was inspired to talk about that was another Twitter thread I saw of so many people's just insanely toxic, how they found out their partner was cheating thread that a lot of you guys have probably seen. It's got so many likes right now. But I mean, I think I'm gonna go into it later. We're not gonna talk about it now because it'll throw a whole wrench in the show. But I think my cheating story takes the cake for sure. And when I say that, I don't mean me cheating, me finding out that I was being cheated on. I'm going to say hi to everyone in the chat right now. I see Serephany, Baby Credence, Johnny, obviously my favorite member. I love that I can see the little member badge by you. What an exciting thing. Ewan, I love your name. Something whatever. Karina, Alicia, thank you guys for all being here. Karina. Oh, I'm sorry if I'm a little bit sweaty. These lights are particularly bright today and really getting to me. I think it was because I went to the gym this morning. How long ago? It was like 5 hours ago now, but I took a new pre-workout and it really fucked my whole day up, okay? I never tried it before. I'm really stupid and my boyfriend's probably listening to me in the background right now. He literally asked me, he's like, didn't you read the label? Which I didn't read the label and I should have, but it was like it was like double the caffeine and the energy that I usually take, and so I have just been nauseous and like speeding all day. So it's also making me sweat. We're not gonna drink that one again though because I don't like this feeling too much. Alicia says, how has life been for you? Pretty good. Besides that, today's been a very good day. Besides having to run away to the bathroom really quick to dry heave for a little while, I had a great workout. Yeah, I should be careful with that something whatever, 100%. Serafini says, I wanted to tell you I shaved my head 4 years ago in your honor. I want to do it again soon. Oh, you're so sweet. That's so cute. You absolutely don't have to do that, but if that is something you want to embrace for yourself, I'm only just starting to embrace it. It really means a lot to me that you would do something like that in my honor. That's super sweet. You should definitely send me pictures. Tweet them at me if you have the dumpster fire of an app, because I'd love to see that. It's not a whole lot of, I'm assuming just based on your name that you are, you identify as female, but I could be totally off base there. So it's very rare to see a lot of bald women, and I love seeing more. I actually get excited every time I see one in public. I'll take that name on your hand. Let's go, Brock. Hey, how are you doing? Welcome back to the chat. We actually have memberships enabled this time. I already went over it in the beginning, but I just wanted to let you know, since you are one of my my faves that's here all the time, and I appreciate you so much. Karina says, I used to use caffeine to induce mania when I was depresso. Well, that is definitely not a healthy solution, but I completely relate. Unfortunately, sometimes I can't really help it, and just, it flips a switch. I do something stupid like today where I take pre-workout that is double the strength of what I'm used to, and here I am moving a mile a minute, not able to focus on anything. So, I completely relate. How was the wedding? Something Whatever asked. It was really awesome. I don't know if you guys saw my most recent video that I posted, but I did a little get ready with me for a wedding I went to of some of my good friends with my boyfriend. I've also posted pictures on all my social media, so if you're not following me on these guys right here, I definitely suggest you do. I've been posting a lot more, and it feels both really good and both really bad in a lot of ways. I went almost an entire year without social media whatsoever, and it was really refreshing, and now I feel a little bit obligated to post, and I get super sucked in probably an unhealthy way. But, it's really nice to be back because I get to interact with you guys. I feel like you are such a big part of my social life, as weird as that is. So now it's fun to be able to be back, and when I do something like go to a wedding and like dress up, and you love the dress, thank you so much. Dress up in a dress like that, I can show everyone on the internet, which is always a fun thing. I always love getting your guys' feedback. And speaking of feedback, something I wanted to ask you guys while I was actively streaming was, what is everybody's best time for watching live streams? What time of day? What day of the week, frankly. I don't know if weekends are better because everyone's off work, or if you guys are out doing stuff on weekends because you're off work. Ninja Oreo says, I love you, the dress was amazing. Thank you so much, you're so sweet. You guys are all adorable. Hey, JT, our third member, let's go. Yes, I am so excited. I am so excited to finally have this membership thing available. Oh, this is going to be a game changer. I'll be able to actually stream all the time with your guys' support. Seriously, it's going to, make it possible. I'm going to be able to do this all the time. Karina says, remember that your fans want you happy and healthy, Shannon. I really appreciate that. Yeah, I know you guys do. I was thinking to myself today that I'm really lucky that I have I feel like I've carved out a very supportive little section of the internet in a place where everything really is just like a cesspool and a nightmare and full of toxicity. You guys are always very uplifting. Yeah, I was thinking about it, like, back in the day when I was in MDE, we had a lot of haters, okay? Like, that's very, that's very much, documented for sure. I feel like that's totally gone away. I get none of that. Like, since I've lost my hair, I haven't gotten like a single negative comment. I've probably gotten a few that are from like obvious trolls, but I am so used to another level, like a tidal wave of hate when I was a part of that channel, that it just feels really good and refreshing to be back and only have those of you who are super caring and super awesome still be a part of the family. JTS, how do we access the Discord server? So I have it set up. I don't think I connected it correctly. As soon as I'm done with this broadcast, I'll make sure that I can connect it so you guys have access to that and we can all hang out. So Serafini says weekends are the best time for streams. Oh my god, I'm gonna slaughter your nickname. I am not. I'm assuming this is an anime thing. Kuromi's? Oh, Kuromi's husband. Okay, I know who Kuromi is. Oh wow. I just needed to sound that one out. Weekends are best. Okay, it seems like weekends are the best for everyone, so maybe we'll move the Friday stream to Saturday. I don't know. We'll figure it out. We will figure it out. Also, Stuart, I am proud of you for doing that, for submitting your 2 weeks. I know that's hard. Quitting jobs is always the fucking worst. I hate doing it. The last time I did, well, that's not true. 2 times ago, I cried really, really hard. This last time, I pretty much told my boss to go fuck himself, which felt pretty good. Hopefully it was neither of those situations for you, and you just got out, amicably, and you're starting something else cool. I do want to revisit the Twitter thing because there was so much good content that came out of it. Specifically, all of the fake verified accounts, or I guess not really fake verified, but really verified accounts that were faking somebody else, if that makes any sense. Specifically these. I found this amazing thread right here. Pulled up on Twitter. I love that we're watching the downfall of Twitter on Twitter. It's a little bit meta. If only my computer was not the slowest thing in the world. Oh, Jesus. I don't know if I can show this on I didn't remember that this was the very first tweet that popped up. I'm not going to read that out loud, but you can see that. Clearly this person paid the $8 to be verified in gaming, apparently, but then changed their whole account to be George W. Bush. You can see the first one. I'm not going to read that one out loud. Oh god, he says, y'all are missing the point about the $8. It's a small price to make this app completely unusable, and I'm assuming he's going to quickly learn we can get refunds from the credit cards we used if he suspends us prior to a month, which it didn't even take a month. As far as I'm concerned, it took all of 48 hours, which is absolutely fantastic. And he follows that up with, that is what I would say if I was someone other than the greatest president America has ever known. And you know what? It looks legit, because especially when it pops up on your timeline here, you just see the ... and it shows George W. Bush verified. How the fuck am I supposed to know that's not George W. Bush, being a domestic terrorist? How would I know? Another great one, we've got Ben Shapiro saying, Matt Walsh won't stop calling me and talking about his genitalia. That one I believed. I don't know why, that seems very, Are you okay? Babe? Okay. That sounded bad. We've got President Joe Biden over here stroking my dick. I got lotion on my dick right now. That one's not as believable because they didn't go, full force with the username. You can see that someone names Pants Cord, but still verified President Biden. O.J. Simpson, this is one that we've all been waiting to see. Yeah, I'm not gonna lie, I did that shit. Real OJ, 32. Speaking of, is actual O.J. Simpson still on Twitter? I was following that for a while. We've got Dave Chappelle pulling a 180, saying, trans women are women, no longer team TERF, y'all. If only that was actually real, then I would not feel so bad about enjoying some of Dave Chappelle's content, or formerly enjoying it, rather. I don't know who Tony Blair is, but he's agreeing with George Bush's domestic terrorism. I mean, it's absolutely just fantastic. It just goes on and on and on. Here's another Elon Musk saying, starting today, we'll be offering Twitter Gold, a free subscription that gets you yearly family vacations and nightly dinners with me. If your name is Grimes, please come back. I love you. Yeah, so I guess we can all agree that this is 100% the reason that we're not going to have one of our beloved sites anymore, is because Grimes broke Elon's heart. Tony Blair is a UK politician. Okay, Kelly, are you from the UK? I definitely need to brush up on UK politics. I need to brush up on my American politics as well, but definitely my UK politics. Former Prime Minister of the UK. Okay, thank you, chat. I appreciate you. Thank you for filling me in, like I said. Brock says, I don't think he's a terrorist. Well, that's the joke. Because, well, you know, it's not the entire joke. I mean, some people would argue that he is, but, you know, the joke is that it's literally not him, and you can pay $8 and say anything, and it's, you know, the complete opposite of Elon Musk's intentions, and I don't know, everyone's just abusing the hell out of it, and I love it. It's made for some of the funniest Twitter content ever. Livy, I love you too. Thank you so much for being here. Kelly is Irish, but she's living in England right now. That's the dream. Just stuck out here in good old Florida. We just had another hurricane since the last time that I streamed. I don't know if you guys follow me on Twitter, but I posted a picture of the damage from a hurricane like 4 weeks ago that blew my ceiling in. I was living in an apartment also in Orlando that I moved from very recently, and moved earlier than expected because the last hurricane, like I said, like a month ago, caused a lot of damage, and it wasn't even, you know, the hurricane that did it. It was my stupid fucking apartment complex managers. I think I've told the story, I don't know, at some point to you guys, but my apartment above me, not this one, but on my last one, burned down before I even moved in. There was a big-ass fire. No one lived there the entire time I was living there. And they were supposed to fix it, but they never did. And so when the hurricane came, obviously, you know, normal people board up doors and windows, sandbag things. There was a window that had been blown open from the fire, and they didn't board it up. They left, like, there was a board flimsily against it that had been there for, like, the entire year, but they didn't reinforce it, nothing, and as soon as the wind started, the board came right through, or came right off the window, and all the water came right through, and I will actually show you the damage, right here. I have it on, I put it on my Twitter, like I said. I mean, I was so mad. And you know what? On top of it, it's not even just the fact, like, if it was just this hurricane, that would have been one thing. I would have been like, okay, mistakes are made, whatever. People have lapses in judgment, blah, blah, blah. No. This was the 4th time that my apartment complex flooded. Or not complex, my apartment unit. Like, not the building, my unit flooded. What am I doing? Come on, computer, you can do it! So yeah, there was some major negligence going on from my landlords. We were not friends whatsoever. Let's see. Yeah, so this right here is some pictures of my ceiling. It looks great. Yeah, loved living there. They did a great job taking care of things. Literally hanging open, like you could see the support boards from if you were actually there. Like you could see them right there. You can see it's still damp. I took these pictures like 3 days later. Still soaking wet on the floor. That's all plaster. This is where my bed was. So we woke up in the middle of the night. Both me and my boyfriend shot out of bed, and we thought one of our dogs was pissing on the floor because that's what it sounded like. There was like water streaming. Well, what we soon came to find was right here, I'm pretty sure where you can see this little crack, was just pouring steadily down. And eventually, you know, we got up, we pulled our mattress out and everything, and right after we put our mattress in the living room, the whole ceiling, like, buckled right here and just all over the floor. So we made it out just in time. Yeah, we love hurricanes. Everyone's saying hurricanes seem terrifying. Stay safe. I hope you're okay from Hurricane Ian. Scary. So that's not Hurricane Ian. There's always hurricanes worse in Florida. Yeah, there's literally, I mean, this isn't worse than Ian. Ian was probably worse, if I'm remembering correctly. It's hard. It's honestly hard to remember which one is which. You know, there's the really big ones, like Irma. I'm never going to forget that one. That one pulled, like, the biggest trees ever out of the ground. But no, this last one was, I believe, Nicole a few days ago, and then before that was, maybe that was Ian. I don't know. I don't really know. There's too many names, too many hurricanes. That's crazy. Why do building managers hate doing their jobs? Yo, it is so insane. They hated me so much. I swear to God. There was actually a point in time, the first time that they flooded my apartment, I was, rightfully pissed. The second time, I was really pissed. And then the third time that it happened, it was only a week after the second time, so I was fucking furious. And then the fourth time was the hurricane. But after the first or second time, I can't remember which one it was, I, went to the clubhouse to be like, yo, you guys are destroying my house, basically. And they ended up calling my boyfriend and telling him to tell me to no longer come there and make a scene because it was bad for business for them. And I was like, oh yeah, you know what else is bad for business? Your ceiling's falling through. Maybe fix that. JT, thank you so much for the dono. I appreciate it. You guys are so awesome. I'm so excited to have, I think we're at four members now, which is super sweet. If we could get to 5 by the end of the broadcast, that would blow my expectations out of the water. Thank you guys so much. Oh, I love seeing the little emojis in the chat too. Can't wait for the Discord. I promise I will set that up after this. Yeah, I'll figure it out one way or another. A gas, oh, you've got a long name, but I'll try to figure it out. A gas, army, shallow, blink once. Okay, those are all K-pop names. All right, we stand. I'm going to call you my K-pop fan. My K-pop fan says it's kind of weird that they even name the hurricanes. Yeah, it frankly is really weird that they name the hurricanes. I guess it's so you can, differentiate which one you're talking about. In retrospect, but no, it is really weird. And it's weird that they give them such, innocent, I don't know, Nicole. I have a friend named Nicole who's, the sweetest person ever, She would never destroy my house. Well, maybe she would. I don't know. But yeah, they are, the least intimidating names ever. They're Hurricane Stephanie. They should get a hurricane, Megalodon, Brock said, but the running water flooded your house and not the hurricane. No, the running water was the first time, and the second time, and the third time, but the fourth time, it was the hurricane. There were a lot of times that my apartment was flooded, unfortunately. And, thankfully this time, I was in a new place, so no ceilings came down, everything seemed okay, and that's why I'm here. If I was in my last apartment, I would probably still not have power, and it's been a week. So, yeah. They need to make Hurricane Megalodon a thing. Yeah, right? That sounds intimidating. That sounds like that would, fuck your shit up. Yes, thank you so much, my K-pop fan. I'm so sorry. If you have an easier name for me to say rather than the whole long one, I would really appreciate it. But you are my legendary fifth member, and I can't thank you enough. Johnny says Hurricane Karen is going to be insane whenever that one comes. Yo, I really want to Photoshop, just a hurricane system with the Karen Bob haircut. I would do that if I wasn't embarrassed of the fact that I use literally the first ever edition of Photoshop from 1991. I'm just kidding. I don't think Photoshop is that old, but if it was, that would be the version I'm using. I'm using the third edition ever, which is so obsolete. It's sad. I don't know how to use technology. I'm sorry. But thank you so much. Point of that is thank you so much. I appreciate you for being my 5th member. 3 times the water left on flooded, but the 4th time hurricane. Yep, that was the deal. Fantastic living situation. All right, what else do I have here? K-pop fam is cool and it's way easier. Okay, perfect. My K-pop fam, I love you. Thank you so much. Oh, so another thing, actually, I think probably even better than, the situation that came out of Twitter regarding Elon Musk, well, I guess this also regards Elon Musk, is the fact that somehow Twitter users managed to tank capitalism for a brief period of time, which I think is also equally as fantastic as all of the fun bullying being done. My favorite thing, there's layers to why this is my favorite thing, but I think my favorite thing was somebody buying Twitter Blue and impersonating the company that holds the patent for insulin. One of the reasons that I think this is awesome is my first cousin, who's basically like my brother because he's my only cousin on my dad's side, has type 1 diabetes. So I've seen like firsthand how fucked up it is that they just absolutely jack the prices of insulin for nothing other than the purpose of profit, when it's never been any more money to, produce it whatsoever. It's evil. In other countries they have a market cap on that shit so people don't literally die. But not here, not in capitalist America. Sorry, I'm just staring at my own picture of myself, but yeah, it's so fucked up. So somebody bought Twitter Blue. Oops, I need to go to my likes. Somebody bought Twitter Blue and changed their profile to be, I believe they're called Eli and Lily. Let me see. Gotta find this here. Yes, okay. So Eli Lilly is the company that owns the patent for insulin, and somebody impersonated them on Twitter using Elon Musk's fantastic system that he set up, and I believe this is the tweet. I'm so sorry. One of these days soon, thanks to my members, we will have a computer that runs faster than, I don't know, a rock in the Ice Age, frankly. This is brutal. Open up. Essentially, the tweet, if it will ever load in the history of humanity, is the fake Eli Lilly account saying that insulin is now free forever. Oops. Insulin is now free forever, and they're giving it away, which at first I saw it and I was like, what the fuck? Like that, that's a turn of events from, this whole situation. And then I realized that it too was another parody account. However, even though it wasn't the real account, it did have very real consequences, which I think it's what probably the most badass thing that a Twitter user has ever done. They managed to absolutely tank the stocks of Eli Lilly. I believe they lost somewhere close to like $2 billion in stock revenue just from this tweet. So now, as a result of that, Eli Lilly, the actual company, not the $8 Twitter verified user, is threatening to sue Twitter, aka Elon Musk, because of the damages, which is hilarious, and they sent out a tweet apologizing, saying, I'm sorry for, I had all of this saved, I'm so sorry, but my computer is being a little baby back bitch right now. They sent out a tweet apologizing that anyone was confused about the fake tweet, confused about the fact that insulin was not free, and they're so sorry if anyone got their hopes up. And it's like, you guys should really be apologizing for the fact that you're just literally murdering people for absolutely no reason other than greed and corporate profit. It's like almost a parody in and of itself at this point, So I say it's a dub. GG to that Twitter user who single-handedly destroyed capitalism for a few hours for the price of $8. I think that's absolutely beautiful, and if more of us could partake in things like that, that would make me very happy. Brock asked if I have slow internet. It's not that I have slow internet, it's that I have a very old computer, so it just runs my stream pretty slow. Kelly says, I feel so bad for the U.S. and how expensive medical care is. I wish it was different. And Serephany says, honestly, the healthcare system in the U.S. is a joke. It's absolutely insane. I was dying laughing. Well, really, my boyfriend was dying laughing the other day because I got a check in the mail for $65 for overpaying on healthcare or like something to do with health insurance 3 years ago. Like, what? You know, how are you guys so not on top of your shit that I overpaid for something 3 years ago and you're just sending me a check now? Like, at this point, I don't even care. Like, I didn't even realize. Like, I don't even understand what you guys are doing over there. Jesus was a hipster is at work watching this. Hell yeah, fuck the man. Do as little work as possible for as much money as possible. That's what I want to say. Jacob, it's nice to see your name in here. He says, the U.S. wants to put a price on your own life, even though all or most of the inventors who made those products want it to be free to the public. Yeah, that's the other fucked up thing about the insulin situation is, again, this is all stuff I had saved as, you know, photos to talk about to aid the broadcast with, but my computer's not working anymore. Let's see. Maybe it's changed its mind. Maybe we can get it to open up. No? Yes? No? Maybe so? Well, I think it's working. It's working, eventually. Okay, yes, here we go. Perfect. So this was the tweet. The fake Eli Lilly and Co. says, we are excited to announce insulin is free now. Woo! Yay, the world is a better place. No, it's not. There were also several other people who used the power of Twitter Blue to impersonate large corporations. I'm not entirely sure who AIPAC, what company that is, but they tweeted out, we love apartheid. Great things to tweet from a company account. I know it's not real, but you guys understand what I'm saying. Chiquita Bananas tweets, we've just overthrown the government of Brazil. Fantastic. And the Real Tesla account has tweeted, breaking, a second Tesla has hit the World Trade Center. Fantastic, guys. Yeah, and like this guy says, great work today, guys. I don't really know the repercussions in real life of these three, but I do know that this company right here lost $2 billion for one tweet, and that's fantastic. Yeah, here we go. This is the chart right here that I saw. Let me fact check myself on the $2 billion here. We're gonna get him sued so hard by so many people. Literally love it. Let's see. I think this is an old one, but yeah, I mean, you can see the drop in revenue as soon as that tweet hits. Yeah, I'm not sure what the final damage was, but as you can see, it was quite a bit here. I like I said, I think I heard the figure 2 billion, which is fantastic. I hope that's true. Ando says, you look so good, bald. Thank you so much. I see a lot of new names in here, so you're probably very surprised to see that I don't have hair if you haven't been around for a little while. I appreciate all the kind words that I'm seeing from everyone. Stuart's gotta go. Bye, Stuart. I hope you have a nice day as well. Brock, I also love you to the universe and back. Oh, these lights are killing me. I'm going a mile a minute here, everybody. If I could stop sweating from this pre-workout. I've been sweating for like 6 hours now. I don't know when it's gonna stop. And it's really pissing me off because it's not a fun time whatsoever. Also, I think another thing about being bald I've discovered in the last few months is I have no heat regulation whatsoever. Like, I obviously everyone knows that's the main reason that we have hair on the top of our head is to hold heat in. However, I didn't realize how much that affected you. Like now, if I'm cooking in the kitchen, I have a vent that blows directly on my head, and it is so fucking freezing. It lowers my body temperature by like 20 degrees. And now sitting in front of these hot lights, I need to figure it out. I'm gonna just have to have like powder on deck all the time. Jesus was a hipster also says, I haven't seen you in ages and you do look amazing bald. You guys are so sweet. Ando was bald for 2 years and it was incredible. That's awesome. You and Doja Cat make me want to go bald. Ooh, you know what? That's another reason that, like I said, I don't know a lot about her, but that I'm definitely a stan. I love that she shaved her head Everyone said she was going crazy when she did. I don't really understand why. Probably just the Britney Spears situation 20 years ago at this point now. But I think she looks good. I really like this look. I mean, she's always done crazy things. Like, isn't that why she got popular? Because she was doing insane shit on TikTok along with making good music? I think it looks good. She's just got a bold makeup choice. This was a really cool look here, this. I don't really know what it was supposed to be. It looks like water. It reminds me of the reflection of water, but... yeah, no, we stan bald Doja Cat, for sure. Everyone thinks my bangs are just bangs, when in reality I pulled out my whole hairline 2 years ago. Aw, Karina. They're probably cute little baby hairs. Trying to convince my boyfriend as well that I like his baby hairs. He thinks he broke them off. I think they're just baby hairs. I used to cut my hair really short when I was a kid, but now I have an afro. Hell yeah. I mean, rock that. That's awesome. Britney Spears looks good. Britney Spears does look good now. She looked good with... I think she looked good with a shaved head, too. She just was going through it at the time, and God bless. Ando says, the only bad thing about being bald for me is that old boomers assume I'm a gangster when I'm bald. You know, I've actually had... I've had this, this thought to myself as well, and other people think I'm being ridiculous, but... I don't know, it just scares me so much. Like, I know it's not a choice for me that I don't have hair, but, like... God forbid someone, you know, thinks I'm doing this as a political statement, you know, for lack of a better word, the fucking Nazis, because that's definitely not the case. I get so scared, like, what if someone just, like, misinterprets the fact that I'm bald? I have a lot of tattoos. Like, it is the boomers 100%. They're always giving me the side eye, but it's like, what can I do about it at this point? So, you know, I've thought about not tattooing my head for that reason, just in case it, like, increased the stigma, but it is kind of a ridiculous fear. That's not who I am, so, you know, why worry about it? If so, you know, if someone has that prejudgment of me, mainly boomers, like you said, then what are you gonna do? They're probably gonna have it no matter what. Honestly, I think women generally look great bald. When I was bald, I felt so badass and put together. Hell yeah, good for you. That's great. Yeah, I've seen actually a lot of women who do it by choice say that, and I think honestly I would feel the same way, and I'm starting to feel the same way a little bit more. But you know, when it's not a choice, it definitely takes a bigger toll on your self-esteem. Even with the shaved head, I would still like to recreate the step. What? Oh, Jesus Christ, Gerardo, you are banned. Goodbye. Have a nice day. I almost read that whole thing, and I'm very glad I didn't. I can't ban you from here. I'll ban you later, don't worry. We'll get there eventually. Yeah, why is my thing not letting me do that? Whatever, I don't care that much. Just get out of here. Report him. It sucks ever since Britney's breakdown, people associate women cutting their hair as the result of a mental breakdown. Yeah, that was what I saw. Like I said, when Doja Cat shaved her head, everyone immediately jumped to the conclusion, like, you know, she has a mental illness, she's going through it. And it kind of frustrated me because I was like, why? I was like, is that what people thought of me when I shaved my head? Because no one said that, and I'm assuming the answer's no, because everyone kind of has, you know, the idea that this isn't... you know, a choice necessarily for me, but yeah, it was really shitty to see so many people thought that that it was a mental breakdown. You know, and I think from what I've read about Britney Spears, that hers was actually a pretty calculated move. I don't know if this is true, and I don't know if there's any Britney fans out there who can correct the record here, but I heard that she shaved her head because she was worried about drug testing in terms of, you know, her parental rights, and she was going to custody court, and she didn't want them to find anything even in, like, the ends of her hair, so she just shaved her head, and I was like, that's kind of a smart move, you know what I'm saying? Especially 20 years ago when they were probably taking away your kids for smoking weed or whatever, you know. I think, if that's the case, I think that was a very calculated, bold move, and go Britney. How has she been? I see she's been wilding on Instagram lately. She's wild, but we love her. She looks great. I am drinking this really weird probiotic water. I don't know if I like it or not. Kelly says, I also have alopecia issues and I want to shave my head, but I don't think my face is good enough to pull it off. I completely disagree. I think everyone's got a beautiful, interesting face. You know, no matter the shape, I am very lucky that I have a really round head. It works for me, but I think all head shapes are beautiful and you gotta go with it. Gerardo says, I guess I can't give a compliment and add a bit of humor with it. Shake my head. It's not a bit of humor when you're a fucking creep. You know, I don't really know, I laughed. Yeah, I laughed at how ridiculous of a human being you are, and the fact that you're making me go to my own broadcast to go ban you. There's a difference between a compliment and saying nasty shit. Seraphine, thank you for the positivity amidst Gerardo's disgustingness. Of course, Kelly's face is good enough. Yeah, you're absolutely gorgeous from what I can see in your little tiny profile picture that I'm looking at now. You say you just wear beanies 24/7. I totally relate to that. I wear a lot of hats, trying to break out of it, you know, more recently. A lot of the help, like I said, with my self-esteem has come from my lovely boyfriend, who is still probably listening to me, and it's just a step bro meme. Yeah, but Gerardo, the fact that you're still going, and I just told you my boyfriend's sitting, like, right here. Like, it's just, the step bro meme is that you want to have sexual intercourse with me as my sort of close relative. I'm not really sure how I'm supposed to take that positively. Have a great rest of your day. Give me 1 second so I can ban you. Doo-doo-doo. Alright, everybody, you can watch me ban Gerardo. Let's go to YouTube. I needed a second monitor so I can just, like, do this quickly because right now this is taking too long. Hold on, I'm gonna mute this. Again, my dinosaur computer, you guys can see how long this is taking me right now. Ban Gerardo! Let's go to YouTube. 7 years later. I needed a second monitor so I can just, like, do this quickly because right now this is taking too long. Say it again, you're banned. Why must men? I completely agree, Mega Magic Goat. Thank you for being back again. It's so good to see you guys. I love that we have again, my dinosaur computer, you guys can see how long this was taking me right now. I was gonna say, I love that we have repeat offenders in the chat. It's so nice to have, like, the same, you know, group of people in here. I needed a second monitor, yeah, especially, like Kelly said, with super awesome right now. It's taking too long. Is the goat for sure. Why must men? I completely agree. It's really nice. Like I was saying earlier, thank you for being back again. It's so good to see you guys. Community. I love that we have again my dinosaur. I'm gonna like the stream together in the chat. I love that there's like a good 30 of you. I was gonna say I love that we have super supportive and always here in the chat. It's so nice to have like the same, you know, group of people in here. I needed a second monitor. Yeah, especially like Kelly said. Wait, I thought you were visiting this time. We're taking too long. I was. Goat for sure. Why must men? I completely. Yeah, it's really nice. Like Magic Goat. Thank you for being back again. It's so good to see you guys. Community. I love that we have my dinosaur. I'm gonna like the stream together in the chat. There's like a good 30 of you. I was gonna say I love that we have super supportive and always here in the chat. It's so nice to have like the same, you know, group of people. I needed a second monitor. Yeah, especially like Kelly said. Wait, I thought you were visiting this time. We're taking too long. I was. Why must men? I completely. Yeah, it's really nice. Sorry, guys. I forgot I left my stream up. I'm so sorry. I apologize. So many Shannons in my ears right now. It's amazing. That was my fault. I apologize. I'm still getting used to all of my audio settings and everything, so I apologize. I left it open. No one overdosed. No one overdosed. I'm so sorry. I think I fixed it. But hello. And the bright side, me ruining the audio brought a lot of my lurkers out of the woodwork here. I see a lot of names that I wasn't seeing before in the chat. I love having you guys participate. It's good to see you. So hi Jenna. Hi Midnight Bat. Oh, I know you. Hey, good to see you. Kuromi, I'm sorry that I gave you a stroke. Livy, thank you. Beth. Sorry, I hadn't seen since the bleaching video. I thought I was going crazy with the audio, but I heard what you were saying somewhat. Sorry, what I was saying was I don't have enough hair on top anymore, or the sides really, to have a buzz cut and do anything with it that looks good, so I just went full force and did actually bake it. It kept repeating Ban Gerardo. Yes. Fuck you, Gerardo. Get out of here. Ban Gerardo. Oh, I love that. Someone's got to remix that. I will. Hearts to you too, Beth. Yeah, that is a banger. We're going to make that a banger. I love that that's what it was looping over and over. Brittany, thank you so much. Like I said, I'm kind of glad that I screwed up my audio for a second. I see a lot of new names in the chat, which is super sweet. Yeah, you guys are really the best. So we're almost an hour in, so I kind of want to move on. I have a few more subjects that I wanted to talk about. My favorite that I'm getting, hyped about is my craziest cheating story. Something that, Twitter inspired me to talk about today. But before we do that, I do want to talk about the second subject that I have in my title, which is the Nikita Dragun situation. I've been following that for a few days, and oh my god, I don't even really know what the truth is, and I kind of wanted to talk about it because I feel like maybe you guys have a little more insight and can tell me what the fuck is going on. I am so confused at this point. I'm going to pull up what I know and talk about, everything that I thought I knew in the beginning. So for those of you guys who don't know, Nikita Dragun is, as far as I know, I don't keep up with her too much, but she is a trans influencer who I know more so from when Jeffree Star was really big. She hung around him a lot. I think she's more like a fashion, beauty guru type of situation. I'm not really sure entirely what her content consists of, but about 3 days ago now, a story came out that she was actually arrested in Florida, where I'm from. Best place on earth to get arrested, because all of your information becomes very, very public. I'm going to pull up the story here so we can read it together. All right. So, she was arrested, like I said, about 3 days ago, I believe. This was on November 9th that the story came out. Nikita Dragun, a transgender beauty influencer, was arrested in Florida on Monday night and released Wednesday after being placed in a men's jail. So that's the reason that this story has become, so inflammatory and, blown up in the media, is because the fact that she's been put in a men's jail. That would be if she was placed in the jail on Wednesday and released on, Monday and released on Wednesday. That's 2 days sitting in lockup with, being a woman. She is completely obviously presenting as a woman. She is a woman in a men's prison, and that's fucking terrifying. Cis, trans, whatever, that can't be the actual solution to the problem. You know what I mean? There's got to be something else. This can't be something that continues to happen. And I'm going to keep reading this, but the reason that I say it might not actually be the case is because there's been other information that's come out from the police department that says, she didn't even make it through booking, which we'll go into in a second. But for the time being, let's just pretend, let's just play devil's advocate and say that she is telling the truth, her PR people are telling the truth, and she was put in a men's prison. Everyone or jail, rather. Everyone in the chat is saying that'd be super scary. As far as I know about Nikita, she has had, every possible gender affirming surgery already, including bottom surgery. So, regardless of transphobes' arguments, she is fully, by all accounts, a woman, physically, everything, and that's just absolutely horrifying to be in a jail where, a lot of these people are in jail for sexual offenses anyways in the first place, and now they have complete access to a woman on their hands. It's, that's just seems like not the solution. Adam McIntyre has a good video on it. We'll have to watch that. I used to watch his videos a lot. I haven't seen them in a long time. He kind of, I don't really know what happened there, but T-Spill channels know about this more than me. I feel horrible that this is happening to her. Like I said, I don't know a ton about her. All I know is that her PR person has came out and said that she was held for 2 days in a Miami prison, or I'm sorry, jail. I keep saying prison, a men's facility, and that is absolutely not the answer. I'm going to read more of this article here before we go into, the contrary, the possibility that this isn't true at all, which is, a whole fork in this situation. But give me 1 second, I'm going to pull this back up. So the reason that she was arrested in the first place was the affidavit states that police responded to a report that a woman was causing a disturbance and being extremely disorderly within the establishment, including walking around the hotel's pool area unclothed. Which, no one should probably do in the first place. I can understand being detained for that. That also kind of sounds like a mental health problem, like potentially drugs or alcohol were involved. An unfortunate situation there. Dragun was informed by the hotel's security personnel that her behavior was not allowed per the affidavit, but she did not alter her conduct. The social media star also allegedly threw water at a staff member. So, yeah, from what I know, she's not a great person. She's had a lot of controversies, but nonetheless, that doesn't make any of what happened to her, or what is happening to her okay at all. Let's continue. So it says, upon arriving at the scene, officers accompanied hotel security to Dragun's room where loud music was playing. The security guard told Dragun that her actions needed to stop at the risk of being asked to leave the property. And that was when she assaulted the security and police with a water bottle. Okay, maybe you should have led with the fact that she threw water on the cops instead of just a person. Oh, a staff member. Okay, maybe it was a cop and a staff member. So again, from what I know about her, she's not a great person, but that does not mean that any of what is happening to her is okay. And, I saw something really interesting. I saw a little video that was posted on Twitter that I would say confirms the fact that she was actually being held in a men's prison. Let's pull this up really quick. If it will ever load. Yeah, so here is her mugshot. My nose is super stuffy. Here's her mugshot right here. She does look like she was probably under the influence, so, And like someone in the chat said, I just saw this was a really good point here. Hold on, give me 1 second. This is a really good point here. Asher said people get assaulted every day with no consequences to the perpetrators, but a cop can't handle having water thrown at them. Yeah, especially, like I said, given the fact that this does kind of seem like it had something to do with mental health or possibly, like, drug abuse. I'm pretty sure worse things have happened when cops are dealing with, drunk or, strung out people than having some water thrown at them. Like, I think they can maybe survive. Like, it should be okay. So yes, so Karomi, I remember seeing a video of her asking the judge if she'd need to stay in the men's prison. That's actually what I'm looking at right here. I'm confused about how she could be lying if this video is real, which again, I don't really know how she could fake this video.
Do I have to stay here in the men's unit still? Yeah, I don't make the rules up there, but I just offer accommodation for you. And Your Honor, may I ask one question? Do I have to stay here in the men's unit still?
Yeah, I don't make the rules up there, but
So from what I understand, this is her court hearing via Zoom, probably just because of the COVID thing still going on, and this is the judge. This is, just what I have seen on the internet, and Nikita is asking the judge if she has to stay in the men's unit, and she says yes because she doesn't make the rules there. And, which makes the next claims seem a little less, reliable to me. After all of this came out, there was actually a news story that came out yesterday, so 2 days after the arrest yesterday, saying that this is completely untrue, that she never even made it past booking. So let me open this article up. So this is by the Daily Mail, which granted is not a super reliable source here, compared to the other ones that I've been looking at. But apparently the jail denies Nikita's claim that she was detained in a men's prison after walking around Miami hotel pool area naked and throwing water at a cop. So she was arrested, blah, 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 blah. Obviously her representatives said that her imprisonment in the men's unit was extremely disturbing and dangerous, but the jail says that she never made it beyond the booking process at the unit, while voicing its commitment to protecting the rights of the transgender community. Dragun was placed in a holding cell by herself due to her high-profile status before being released, and she was escorted by an LGBTQ officer. So, I guess just right off the bat, I'd like to say that the credibility of cops, in my mind, is near zero. Just between my own experience with them and everything that I've seen, I in terms of do I believe that the Miami-Dade police are committed to protecting trans people? No, I don't. I absolutely don't. And it is a little sketchy that there's only one or two articles saying, that this is an entire lie, and they're from not very reputable sources, but I will be interested to see how this plays out because, I don't believe the police are credible almost ever, especially not in Florida. I'm a Floridian. I'm allowed to say that. But I don't know how they could lie about this and get away with it. I don't know how either party could lie about this and get away with it, frankly. The truth is going to come out whether she was in jail for 2 days or not. So I guess this is just a story that we are going to have to follow. Karomi says, I'm pretty sure Nikita is also legally a woman, so it should be against the law to send her to the men's unit. Yeah, absolutely. I completely agree. As far as I know, I would assume all of her documentation has been changed to female, so I would agree that it should be a violation of your, constitutional rights to be put in the opposite gender's jail system. That's just insane. You're gonna have a trans woman would probably have a hard time in a women's prison as is, but a men's prison just seems fucking cruel and unusual, which is against the Constitution, Beth says she should have been put in a women's unit off the bat. And Karina says, I've seen that judge on the show Court Cam. Yo, so what the hell? So that's a little interesting tidbit. I can't verify that right now, but if that is the real judge, then I don't know. Then I kind of believe Nikita's team over the police, frankly, because fuck the police. That's why, I really do hope that, they're dedicated to protecting and serving trans people that end up in their prison system or jail system, but I don't even frankly think they're dedicated to the safety of that was a misspeak on my part, of cis people in the system. That's just absolutely, I don't believe it at all. Against the law, I agree, it should be against the law, but you know what, it's hard to fight the people who make the law in terms of, that kind of situation. Kelly says, I don't support Nikita in general, but she should have never been sent to a men's facility. That's so wrong. Yeah, and irregardless of, you know, the Nikita situation, the problem is this happens all the time. You know, it's not just her. There's plenty of trans women that are being put in male facilities and vice versa, and it's definitely an issue that needs to be addressed 100%. Karina says, thoughts on Michaela Nagarina and her job as an influencer being harder than a 9-to-5. Okay, I don't know who that is. But no, I would not say being an influencer is harder than a 9-to-5. I mean, there's definitely some, like, regular, easy jobs out there that are, you know, probably easier than being an influencer. Depends on the 9-to-5. But, I'm assuming this person is a huge influencer. To say that to your group of, you know, your following that probably all works 9-to-5s is incredibly tone deaf and most likely wrong on most of the time. Mega Magic says being an influencer is definitely as difficult as a 9-to-5, if not harder, in my opinion, just because you never switch off. That was kind of what I was saying earlier, was in coming back, it is definitely hard to switch it off, and that's what I'm having a really hard time managing, you know, these days. Now that I'm posting again, I love the fact that I have all my communication with you guys, and, you know, it's so much fun, but I do need to figure out how to turn it off. Like, I even told myself I wouldn't use social media in the morning until after I went to the gym, and I'm having a hard time doing that. I find myself just literally opening up my Twitter app, my beautiful Twitter app, the dumpster fire that is Twitter, just absentmindedly, and I'm like, what am I doing? I don't want to be looking at this right now. Like, you know. Karina says she was canceled for saying that. Michaela's a TikTok makeup person. I mean, yeah, that's like I said, it's, you know, I've worked regular jobs, so I have a little bit of, you know, I guess, leverage in this conversation here. And there's definitely some jobs that would be easier, and definitely some that would be harder, and it is just a tone-deaf statement to say to your following of a bunch of people working 9-to-5s, more than likely, that it's super easy, especially when a 9-to-5 is like, that could be anything. That could be literally anything. You could be working at a gas station. You could be working in IT. You could be a scientist. Like, it's just a stupid statement. Mega Magic Goat said, I posted a single reel on my Instagram and it took it out of me. Yeah, I mean, you do. It's just always go, 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 and it does take it out of you, especially since I feel like, on top of my poor usage of caffeine today, sometimes using social media and, like, streaming and such kind of does launch me into a manic state, and that's not good. It takes me a long time to calm down afterwards. You know, with a 9-to-5, I at least come home and it's over. Like, there's no coming home from this. But I ultimately have a passion for this, so it's not nearly as bad as, you know, I loved bartending too, but I didn't have a passion for it. So going there was more of a chore than this is, 100%. Speaking of, I need to start posting Instagram Reels, 100%. Instagram Reels, I gotta start doing TikToks too. I've avoided TikTok as long as I can, but the time has come. I've got to do it. It's definitely my smallest platform, so if you guys don't follow me, it would mean a lot if you would follow me over here on this little guy. And I've got to start to try to understand TikTok culture. You know, I've just been a YouTuber for so long that I have no idea what's going on over there, guys. It scares me. You know, kind of like all the Twitter users moving to Tumblr recently. Me moving to TikTok, it's so scary. I don't understand the children on there anymore. I'm out of touch. It's scary. I don't like it. But we'll make it over there. My plan is to start turning my long form videos into TikToks, as well as making other fun stuff. So, you know, we'll see. Mega says, I love my job, but I love being able to leave it at work. I worked in academic research before, and it's exhausting to bring it home. I'm sure, you know, and especially with academia, I mean, you're actually using brain power. At the very least, my one brain cell can bounce around in my head while I'm doing this, and yeah, I don't have to think too hard. You know, some of the subjects that I'd like to start talking more about definitely require a bit more nuance for sure and a little bit more thought than I'm used to on the internet, but, you know, nothing like academic research, that's for sure. Seraphony says, maybe you can rent an office space for filming videos if you can afford it, because then you can have a separation between work and personal life. Yeah, I think that would be awesome. Ultimately, I would love to move towards that, you know. And all of you guys in the chat, my wonderful members, are going to be the way that I do that. So thank you again for helping me hit my goal of 5 members this stream. There will be more emojis coming as well. But yeah, no, stuff like that is, you know, in the distant future, something I'd love to do. Alright, so we've been going for a little while now. I think it's time to get into the meat of the episode and talk about some of these crazy cheating stories. It's the first thing in the title, so we've got to get it out there. I think I have one that takes the cake, so I'm gonna save it for later. It's a little dark as well, and we're gonna save that for the end so we don't ruin the mood here, just in case. I can't make it as humorous as I'm hoping I can, but let's read some other really good cheating stories, and if you guys have any of your own, feel free to leave them in the chat. I'll be reading them as well. But let's start with this wonderful Twitter thread. I saved a few of my favorites on here. Give me 1 second. All right. Sorry, like I said, doing some loading. Okay, so this thread on Twitter went pretty viral. It says, I want to hear your stories of how you found out you always getting cheated on. I might have the best stories. And frankly, I think I take the cake on this one, but like I said, let's read some other stories first. So this person says, I had a feeling he was talking to another girl, so one day I left my anklet in a drawer of his restroom just in case she was looking for me too. Next time I came over, I found a lip liner and a note that said, beat his ass, sis. And you gotta love that. I love that they work together to find each other. Like, you always know in the back of your head that you're being cheated on. You know, you don't want to believe it, but then something like that happens. JT, thank you so much for the dono. Karina says, is this gonna make me angry? Maybe. I don't know. I'm gonna try to make it funny. My story is very angering, but I'm gonna try to make it not super angering, okay? We're gonna do our best. Let's find some more. Whoops. I just really liked going through these quote tweets and reading all of them because there were absolutely some wild ones in here. Let's just go from the top. I was at his house smoking a J with his roommate and some people. His car was not there, so I didn't know he was home. His roommate gets a text, and I pick up the phone to hand it to him. The text says, get her out of here. I have a girl up in here. Oh my god. That one's not that good. We'll move on. Hold on. I had some better ones saved. These are not good. These are lame. Because mine is gonna take the cake. We need some preparation. Something to build it up, you know? Hold on, give me a second. Let me find the ones I saved. Oh, okay. I think I know which one is loading right now. Oh god. Yeah, this one made me angry. This one made me sad. It just says simply, I got a DNA test on quote-unquote our son. And that's just so fucking devastating. That's some, like, real Maury shit, or, what's the other one? Oh, what is his name? Jerry Springer, there we go, that's his name. That's some Jerry Springer shit for sure. That would be absolutely devastating, and it's so crazy how many people that actually happens to. See, there's a million Jerry Springer episodes in the world. This one is by far my favorite. Okay, I feel like this one is a good predecessor to my story. This is crazy, but in a way more badass way than mine. She says, I found out because I went through his phone and I told him that I'll send him to Hawaii because he was super stressed. I had flying benefits and that he deserves a vacation. Once he landed, I took him off my benefits and blocked him on everything. He was stuck in Hawaii for like a month. Yo, I wish I had the foresight and the dedication to do something so conniving and fucked up. I mean, like, frankly, you 100% deserve it if you are, if you're cheating on your significant other and then accepting a free vacation from him, or from her, I should say. But that's amazing. I hope that's real. If it's not real, I understand, that's way too out there to probably be real, but I'm gonna hope it is. I'm gonna really hope it is. Does anyone in the chat have a really good being cheated on story? What a hero. Absolutely, what a hero. I don't have anything nearly that good to back up my story, but I did make a video about this a long time ago, so I think a good segue into my story would be watching my old video. Because I don't remember what I disclosed when I made this video about my cheating situation. It was very close to the incident, so I didn't want to, tell everything at the time, but we'll go more into detail now that we're years removed from the situation, because probably won't ever talk to any of these people ever again. Baby West bases, LMAO, Hawaii is nice. I would have sent him to the North Pole. Yeah, if my flying benefits would have sent him to the North Pole, that's where I would have sent him to, 100%. Alright, so let's go ahead and watch this beautiful video that I made so many years ago that is probably terrible quality. I feel like I've seen it, but I'm not sure what that was supposed to say. You feel like you've seen it, but I don't remember. Well, we'll see. We'll see. If you haven't seen it, then we've got it right here. Let's pull this up. I saw someone say they have stories for days, and put them in the chat. I want to read them because, I don't want to feel alone here. Okay. I'm sorry, my nose is getting really stuffy for some reason. That never happens.
Hey there, I'm Shannon, and I tend to be one of those people that do not handle disappointment well at all. Seriously, anytime something mildly not
Shit. Looks so thick.
Hey there, I'm Shannon, and I tend to be one
hairs ever. Is that the proper way to say that? I miss the silver. I got my Muse shirt on. I look so little. Oh my god. How much? 7 years ago. Oh my god. And my comments are turned off. Probably for the better. I don't know what I was going through back then. Like I said, our community's gotten a lot nicer. It was very hostile back in the day when MDE was around. Alright, let's go for this.
One of those people that do not handle disappointment well at all. Seriously, anytime something mildly not okay happens, I either feel like I'm going to die or it's the worst thing that could possibly happen to me in the entire world. And I know I'm not the only one who's like this. Not pointing any fingers.
To be fair, I'm really downplaying this in this video so far. Saying, like, this was not a minor inconvenience, frankly. This was absolutely wild. But I mean, I am telling the truth here. I do get really, really upset over very small things. Not a very stable human being, but I think I'm downplaying this quite a bit here.
In any fandoms. Please don't kill me. I know a lot of you are probably scared for my safety now. And to be honest, I am too. So anyways, this video is going to be about perspective, and I'm going to take you guys on a wild journey back to one of the actual worst experiences of my life. So to preface the story just a little bit, this was about a year ago.
I guess I wasn't downplaying it. It was just a very weird transition that young me was making. So, alright, good. I wasn't downplaying it because it was actually a horrible situation. Thank you for correcting the record, young me. Give me 1 second. I haven't watched this video much. OMG, I remember this. Oh my god. I recently rewatched this because I love the silver hair so much. That's awesome. I love that you guys rewatch my old videos. Yes, this is a classic for sure. JT, the classics. Yes, right on cue. The classics 100%.
ago in the summer, and I was going to go on vacation with my mom, my sister, her best friend, and my significant other at the time, who we're just gonna call Alex for now. That sounds like a good name. So we all decided that we were gonna go to Georgia to go to Six Flags and take a walking tour of the Walking Dead sets. However, after we planned this, I had to have somewhat of like emergency, not really emergency, but it was very on-the-spot surgery on my knee, so I was on crutches for like 2 months. So I knew going there.
I keep wanting to pause, but then in the video I'm saying what I want to tell you guys, so I'm just gonna try to stop myself from pausing and just let it play.
This was not going to be a fun time for me, but I wanted to go just because I knew this was something that Alex was really going to enjoy, and I was just gonna suffer through the fact that I was gonna be wheelchair bound the whole time. So we get there and we check into our hotel, and of course, the first thing that could possibly go wrong does. We get to a room and it is just awful. Next thing we know, with no warning, a swarm of man-eating bees just flies out of the curtains, and of course everybody runs out of the room except for me because I can't walk. And it only gets worse.
I actually forgot about that part of the vacation. Yeah, that was not a fun part. Had nothing to do with the cheating, but almost died from a swarm of wasps. Man, this was not a good vacation for me, guys. I remember it very vividly now. Watching this back.
From here. So the next day, we go to Six Flags, which I, by doctor's orders, cannot ride any of the rides. And every single ride, I got shoved in the gift shop, or even worse, just left in like the middle of a concrete like slab on the ground to bake in the sun in my wheelchair. And without exaggerating at all, this one kid, he comes up to me, kicks my wheelchair, and goes, "You're in a wheelchair." I was so frustrated at that moment that I couldn't walk. The one time that I needed to kick someone's ass hardcore, I was stuck in a wheelchair. It was whatever, I didn't really care. So that whole day ends, and I decided that I wanted one whole thing, and that was to choose where we ate dinner. My mom, my sister, and her friend were all fine with this, and I chose a Cajun place because it was Georgia, so I figured it would be okay. This was probably the...
For the record, I still love Cajun food. I would have chose that place again. It was very good.
The best part of the whole vacation by a long shot. We're all sitting at dinner, you know, chilling out, doing whatever. I was actually having a good time for the first time on this vacation, and I wasn't really sure what time it was, so I casually reach over for Alex's phone to check the time. As soon as I reach over to grab the phone to check the time, it is immediately ripped out of my hands with the force of the Hulk, and I was just really confused. The whole rest of
I still remember it to this day. I don't know, this is probably something a lot of you guys who have been cheated on have experienced. The just casually looking for, you know, just like glancing at someone's phone, your significant other's phone, and they do this really fast. You're like, oh, yeah, fantastic. I'm sure you're doing that for a really good reason, a really solid, morally sound reason. Yeah, I'm sure all of you guys have experienced something like that if you've been cheated on. You go on some crazy vacations. You know, this one was just particularly not good. You know, that's my actual hell. Yeah, no, dude, I still remember the feeling. This was the most, like, egregious. I've been cheated on probably a lot. Like, not probably a lot, definitely a lot. And I still remember just being, like, dumbfounded that she was so ballsy as to literally just be like, right in front of my face on the table. I was like, wow, that was very, very subtle of you. You know, I have no idea what's going on. AA says, Shannon has always been hilarious. Thank you so much. I'm glad you find me, little me, hilarious and not cringy like I do.
Dinner, every time that Alex would check their phone, they would put it face down on the table. So obviously everyone was a little confused, and I realized that in front of me on this vacation that I was paying for them, they were cheating on me while I was in a wheelchair. They end up storming.
I also, I am noticing that I was very careful to use a gender ambiguous name and pronouns because at this point in time I had only dated one girl, so I didn't want everyone in my, you know, personal life to know who it was. But yeah, now we've moved on. Nobody would possibly know who this is, so I don't really care. Yes, it was my high school girlfriend that we're referencing in this video here.
storming into the restaurant because we were seated outside, and going down the stairs, which I could not go down to go to the bathroom, and they stayed in the bathroom for a solid half an hour before everybody got concerned. My sister and her friend go down, leaving me alone with my mom at the table.
Sorry to keep pausing, but I love that it took everyone in my family and my sister's friend a half an hour to give a shit where she was. That's awesome. Yeah, we were all just like, you know what, fuck this bitch already. We know what's going on. We don't care where you are. Enjoy the bathroom.
And they don't come back for like another 20 minutes, and nobody knows what's going on at this point. So my mom texts my sister and is like, Bailey, what is taking so long? We get a text back from my sister that Alex is lecturing my sister outside the bathroom about how she should never grow up to be like me because I'm so self-centered and terrible. So basically everybody ended up laughing off this big...
Wow, that's worse than I thought. Okay. Making myself angry here.
Vacation because it was shitty all around. And yeah, so that is the story of the vacation from hell. I actually don't even remember why I made this video anymore. Oh yeah, perspective.
Okay, well, anyways, that's the story that I shared with you guys. However, there is another layer to this story that I've never delved into that is arguably significantly worse that I never really wanted to get into. And we will in a second. I'm going to read Baby West Bay's cheating story really quick. Let's see if I can find the beginning of it. Wait, I can't find the beginning of it. Oh no, it looks like I'm missing a message. Oh, it's because I have my top chat on. Shit, hold on, let me change this. Yo, it's still missing the first message. Well, I'm sorry. I want to read your cheating story, but it looks like I can't find the first one of your chats, so I will have to pause on that. But anyways, going back to the Alex girl that I was talking about. So that is the story that I shared with you guys. However, there is a way worse layer to the story that I tweeted about earlier today. So this was the second time this video that she was cheating on me. There was a first time that was significantly worse, and I did stay with her after that. And I'll explain to you why. This is my tweet here that I don't know if it was funny or just came off like insanely dark, but I did my own little quote tweet here to this. It says, I want to hear your stories of how y'all found out you was getting cheated on. Well, that didn't work. Clicked the wrong part of the tweet. And I quote tweeted and said, my girlfriend in high school was cheating on me for well over 6 months when the girl she was cheating on me with ... died. So she kind of had to tell me. And unfortunately, that is actually a true story. Prior to this vacation ever happening in high school, I was cheated on by Alex before with a different person who, we're not going to delve too deep into the story just for the privacy of the other person, but about 6 months into our cheating, or her cheating fiasco, the other girl, again, I'm sorry, I laugh out of discomfort, but the other girl did end up passing away, and you know, obviously my girlfriend at the time was very emotional because that was her other girlfriend, and we were actually like physically together when the girl passed away, so she just absolutely had a fucking breakdown, you know, rightfully so. And you know, she told me the whole situation right then and there, which was just so absolutely psychotic because of the situation. I felt obligated to stay with her. You know, she was grieving and I felt really bad and like I had to do something about it, so I stayed with her for like another 1.5 years to my own fucking detriment, and I really shouldn't have put myself through that. It was a really impossible decision to make. I think I made the wrong one. You know, I don't regret anything in retrospect because I'm here where I am in life with a wonderful boyfriend now, but yeah. I don't remember where I was going with that. Yeah, she had to tell me. I stayed with her, and it all led up to this vacation where she cheated on me again. Like, how are you that bad of a person that you cheat on someone, the person you're cheating with literally dies, and then the person that you were originally with stays with you to comfort you, and then you cheat on them again. Like, what the fuck? You know, someone said, I hope it didn't cause you too much trauma. At the time it did. Obviously, it was fucking psychotic. But, you know, I mean, yeah, now I've moved on from it completely, which is why I'm comfortable talking about it. You know, it culminated in a lot of shit. A lot of people are saying that they remember me talking about this in a video. Yeah, I forgot that I actually talked about this in my Draw My Life when I made it, back when I was in MDE. But, oh my god, what a situation, man. I mean, not nearly as humorous as sending your cheating boyfriend to Hawaii, but, you know, I think I take the cake on the level of fucked upness. If we're ranking on the most fucked up cheating story, I think I win. Yeah, I don't know. You want to be on my stream? You can say no. I just gotta see if you had a really bad cheating story. I don't know if you've been listening to me. I'm talking to my boyfriend to see if he has a cheating story he wants to share to maybe lighten the mood a little bit.
That one makes me look good.
No, that makes you look good? Well, where you got cheated on? No. Okay.
I
Okay.
don't have a cheating story.
Where you got cheated on?
No,
Okay.
unfortunately for you, I think.
No, I'm glad you didn't. Love you. Well, unfortunately, and unfortunately, he didn't have a story that could lighten the mood for me, but yeah, that is pretty intense. I already have trust issues that ruined my ability to trust altogether. Oh, it definitely did for a while. Luckily, we're here now. You know, like I said, with a great boyfriend and a great life, and I can't complain whatsoever, but I definitely, when I saw that thread going, you know, absolutely viral, I was like, I think I might win if we're basing on a level of fucked upness. Yeah, if anyone else has a really good story, I would definitely read it. I want to read Baby West Bay's story, but I don't see the beginning of it. Oh, wait, I see Chaos Reaper has a story. So he says, not a cheating story. I'm sorry, I'm just assuming he based on the name and the color scheme. Correct me if I'm incorrect, but it says, not a cheating story, but it almost was like that. My last relationship started Christmas Day 2012 and ended Christmas Day 2013. Well, that's very coincidental. Afterwards, a month and a half later, the day before Valentine's Day, I found out that she got a new guy quickly. I was mortified and traumatized and never found love again. Oh, that's a horrible story. I'm so sorry to hear that. That's literally terrible, and I'm sure love will find you again. It found me, and if after my fucking crazy-ass story it can find me, I guarantee you it can find you again. Yeah. I'm really sorry that happened. It's really convenient that it was from Christmas to Christmas. What happened on Christmas? That sounds terrible. Karina says, I found out that a person I was fooling around with tried to have an affair with one of his employees while he had a whole-ass wife and kids. Wait, oh my god, there's a lot to unpack in that sentence. So you were going out, hooking up with this person who tried to have an affair with one of his employees, but he was also married with a wife and kids. Oh, Jesus Christ. Then I also found out he had allegations involving minors. Jesus Christ, Karina, I'm so sorry to hear that. None of these stories are any lighter than mine. Jesus, that's awful. Yeah, mind-blowing. I completely agree, my K-pop fam. That's fucking psychotic. That reminds me of someone I made a video about like a year ago. Very similar story. Wonder if it's the same person. I doubt it. I posted the first part of so you can see what my story sucks. I see two, so let's see. It says there was an apartment that was very known to hang out at the pool and stuff, so we went to walk around to get air and yeah, I only see the second and third part. Yeah, well, he's also a YouTuber. Oh no, what is with these YouTube men? We gotta get rid of them. Throw them all into the dumpster. Except for a few. We'll keep Johnny and Luke and Kyle. Everyone else can go in the trash. Yeah, that is absolutely wild. I am so sorry to hear that. What is with these men? No. Alright, let me see if I can find some more funny ones, because we're not ending on that note. I am getting towards the point of my night where I need to start making dinner so I can eat and be a human being. But I would like to find some funny stories before we go. Alright, so I've got one from Mega Magic. It says, Guy A was dating Girl B, then Girl B cheated with Guy C, sleeping with him for several months while still dating A. B and C, oh my god, this is so convoluted. B and C moved to Cambridge so B could do a PhD, and C has no job over there. Wait. I'm trying so hard to follow this. Then B cheated on C with someone else in her new lab, leaving C single and jobless in a new country. Oh my god, that's so shitty. Oh, that sucks. And it seems like Guy C was the guy who... did he even know? Did he know about the other relationship? Poor Guy C, stuck stranded in a country. I'd rather be in Hawaii for a month. That sounds better. Alright, we're gonna go through these, find some good ones. Go through these quote tweets. Alright, here's one. Right, so I lived in England, he was in Scotland, and I visited most weekends. His housemates hosted a birthday party for my 19th, and this girl was arguing with him, so I piped up to defend him, and she said in front of everyone, "Don't you know he's been cheating on you?" Oof, I've seen several stories like this of people at parties being like, yeah, he's been cheating on you for months, didn't you know that? How could you just let that slide, dude? I know my sister personally, when she was younger, she had a friend who she repeatedly saw get cheated on, like, over and over and over, and that girl and that guy are still together to this day. My sister told her that she was being cheated on, had, like, literally video evidence, and still, you know, she took the guy's side, and her and my sister Bailey are not friends anymore, so people are fucking crazy. Hi, Spooky Kid 666. We're talking about some of our craziest cheating stories here, inspired by the internet. The follow-up to Mega Magic's story is that they're both invited to a wedding, and she doesn't know which one to uninvite. Oh, that's really awkward. Yeah, I wouldn't know what to do about that either. I have been thinking about, like, if and when I get married in hopefully the near future, I have no idea how I'm going to navigate that with my family, because there's so many family members who don't get along with each other. So, Taki, really? Really? Right now? So many family members who don't get along with each other, so many family members I don't get along with, and I'm not sure if I should invite them because they're my family. It's just, like, super weird. I don't know if anyone else has any experience with that. Sydney says, my husband's ex is Taki. I'm sorry, my dog chose the most annoying toy out of the toy arsenal to play with tonight, but that's okay. I'm sorry, so I was going to say, Sydney said, my husband's ex got caught and she didn't know he knew. He went and printed out all of their messages and taped them all over the wall. He said her reaction was priceless. Oh my god, that sounds like I'm cringing secondhand here. I saw a video the other day where it was this family. It was all the daughters in the family found out their dad was cheating on their mom, so made a PowerPoint slideshow and went through it in the living room with their whole family there. And I can't think of anything more mortifying for either person, like the mom or the dad, for everything to be up on the big TV. Like, the printing it out is almost even worse, because, like, you went through the steps of hitting print and taking tape and putting those all on the wall. Ugh, that's brutal. That is definitely cringeworthy. Karina was talking about her horrible situation where she was talking to a guy who was talking to someone else who was also married, who was also apparently, allegedly, having inappropriate relationships with minors, and she just said that it was a YouTuber Not someone I've talked about, but this person makes true crime content, which is so upsetting. Ironic also that a true crime YouTuber is a criminal. Wow, maybe they should make a video on themselves. But also disappointing because I love true crime and that's fucking terrible, and I wish I knew which one it was so I could not support them because I watch a lot of it, and I hope it's none of the people that I enjoy because, it's getting rough out here, guys. There's not a whole lot of people to support these days and feel morally sound about it. Yeah, Kelly said the same thing. I hope I don't know him because I used to watch a lot of true crime stuff. I've kind of slowed down on the true crime recently as well. But yeah, I mean, mainly because a lot of people have been pointing out, you know, there's a lot of, I don't know, just ethical issues in certain ways that certain true crime YouTubers go about their content, so I've kind of cut back a little bit. I still definitely watch a lot of, like, court proceedings and stuff, like, literally stuff that is, like, no commentary, just straight up a camera in a courtroom for 6 hours, like, I'll watch that. I don't know what's wrong with me and my brain to be able to watch that. I do watch some true crime YouTubers still, though, and I hope it's none of the ones that I like. Did you watch the Dahmer series on Netflix? I did actually watch it before I read all of the controversy surrounding it, just because I watch, you know, pretty much every true crime thing that comes through the streaming services. You know, obviously, I totally get where everyone is coming from, like all the victims' families, 100%, you know, if they didn't want that to be made, it shouldn't have been made. I think Evan Peters did a great job. I thought the show was really good. You know, it really sucks that they're kind of re-victimizing the families, though, when they make them. But AA says, I love Kendall Ray's videos on true crime. She's like the only true crime YouTuber I trust. I love Kendall Ray, dude. She's the best. Yo, she is literally, I love her content. She takes everything very seriously. She does a lot of good for the victims' families. She's so well-spoken, and I love her and her husband. I'm, like, obsessed with watching their podcast together. Haven't been watching as much. I know she slowed down because she had a baby, which is awesome. Congratulations for her. And him, obviously. But yeah, she's awesome. She's one of the good ones for sure. See, Johnny loves true crime too. Hell yeah, thank you, Johnny. Oof, Karina, that is definitely creepy. Yeah, 100% my advice can be just a blanket statement of advice is, if any influencer ever, like, seeks you out in a super weird way, like, hitting you up on Venmo, that's fucking insane. Like, what? What's some James Charles shit right there? Like, what? Yeah, don't ever engage. They're never looking for anything good. I'm gonna just say that right now. Brittany says she watches Christina Randall. Oh, she was the one who had dreads. I used to watch her all the time. Yeah, she's really good, too. I also think she's very respectful and does, like, a lot of, good for the true crime community, if I'm thinking of the right person. There's a few. Her, I believe her name is Stephanie Harlow, I think, is also a really great true crime YouTuber that I still watch. Yeah, there's still definitely a good handful of good ones. I love That Chapter is probably my favorite. He's definitely my, the most entertaining in my opinion. Sydney, thank you so much for the dono. I really appreciate it. You're so sweet. So many male YouTubers abuse their power and influence. It's so gross. Yeah, I'm super sorry for everyone in the chat who's had that experience. That's absolutely disgusting and very, very wild that they would pursue you through Venmo. Like, what the fuck did you donated to his channel, and I'm assuming he saw your profile pic. That's so creepy, man. That's, like, the creepiest shit I've ever heard. Shannon, I've been watching you since MDE, LOL. Rest in peace. Rest in peace, 100%. Glad you're doing good. Well, hopefully. I'm stoned as fuck. Hell yeah, Spooky Kid 666, let's go. It's really crazy that so many of you guys have been with me since MDE. I feel like at some point, just to get it out of the fucking way, since I'm, like, back and doing a lot more content, we should do, like, a Q&A in regards to MDE and just get all the questions out of the way so I never have to answer them again. I don't know if that's something you guys would be into, so if it is, let me know. I'm also really excited to have the membership thing so I can see how long you guys have been a part of the fam, see you guys grow and be members for a long time. I can only see some of you guys who have like their public subscription thing, how long you've been subscribed, but I love when I do. Like, it's insane to me how many times I hover over a profile and it's like subscriber of 8-9 years. I'm like, holy shit, I can't believe I'm so old. It's really crazy. Very, very crazy, but I can't thank you guys enough. You know, and on that note, I do just want to give one more shout out to all of my members for joining today. We got me right to the goal. I was really hoping for 2 members so I could add another emoji, but we got to 5, which is fucking awesome. So thank you so much. Let me go through and thank everyone. We've got Johnny Socket, which was my number 1, my very first member. Thank you so much, Johnny. I've got, oops, sorry, excuse me. I'm drinking my probiotic water, it's making me gassy. Kelly, I am going to slaughter your last name, but Kelly Cronog? I don't know if the G is silent, but Kelly is one of my members as well. Thank you so much, Kelly. Scrolling up. I've got my K-pop fam, one of my besties right here. I'm going to attempt your full name. Agas Army Shawol Blink Once. I can say Blink Once. I can pronounce that part. Who else do we have? JT, obviously, the best. And who else did I miss? I don't know. I missed one more person. I can't find one more person. If you're still in the chat and I missed you, please tell me. I do want to say thank you as well to everyone who sent a dono. If anyone wants to become a member, I do want to show one more time the perks that you will get. Immediately, you guys will get access to all of these. These are the badges. The first 4 here are going to be the one you get right when you subscribe. Or, I'm sorry, not subscribe, become a member. The second one is when you're a member for 1 month. Got a little more flowers on my head. The third one is, I believe, a 2-month membership. And then this one is for the 6-month members, which obviously we just started them today. So everyone who's a member is on the new member badge. And then you guys also will get some emojis as well. Right now, I think I can add 2 more after the stream, thanks to you guys. You guys are seriously the fucking best. But right now, you guys can get the hey there, the celebration, the crying, and the hard eyes. But I think I'm going to add the ghost and the rock on if I can add 2 more. Yeah. But if my members want a different one, you guys are the reason that I'm doing this in the first place. So just tell me if there's a different one on there that you want me to add. Brock, I did not fart, I burped. I promise, I swear to God. But if that is gonna make you subscribe, I guess I'll just say that I did that. I'm just kidding. But thank you guys so much. I really appreciate you all a ton. It was really fun. I think I'm gonna get going so I can cook dinner and everything. And yeah, like I said, I'm on a bit of a schedule now, which is pretty cool. I think I'm going to be doing either Monday and Saturday streams or Monday and Friday streams, and then a new video on Wednesdays. So also have a new video that I posted a few days ago getting ready for that wedding I was talking about. If you want to check that out, that'd be awesome. If you guys could give this a thumbs up, that would mean the absolute world to me. I'll be in the comments responding to everyone. For the rest of the night, you guys mean the absolute world to me, and I will see you in my next stream. Stream, thank you so much, guys. I really appreciate it. Have a great rest of your night. Bye. Mwah, mwah, mwah.